The dust has settled on Cloud9's pick, but it was 100 Thieves that walk away with the win. But oh my, was it close. It was a true game of two halves, with Cloud9 narrowly scraping their way through after an amazing first half. 100 Thieves weren't to be bested though. An amazing clutch from JKM, Liaz stepping up like the analyst said, and overall a solid performance from the Thieves once again. Could they be set for a 2-0? Mirage is coming up next, but we've got to talk everything Dust too, because I'm going to start with that JKM clutch, guys, because not only did he get the ace, but he was on 15 or so health from the very first kill he got, and he still managed to survive the whole way through, and he showed Liaz how to clutch correctly.
Yeah, and what a clutch there was, and what a performance there was from JKM throughout the entire game. I think we spoke a lot about JKS, or at least I spoke a lot about JKS, and I said that he's the big star of this team, and he was not really having a great game, and that's the good thing about the Thieves, right? The secondary star of that lineup, to me, is not Gratisfaction. It is JKM, right? It is him that has the potential to get up there. Back in his career in 2015, when he was playing for what they called G2 back then, he was on top of his career. He was playing super well at the major. He then had to refine himself, redefine and reinvent himself, I guess, within this lineup, and he's getting better and better. And the showing we saw here in Dust 2, including that clutch, James, that's some of the vintage JKM we know he can do. So if he can play up to that level while also having JKS playing well, then this squad is a complete new beast.
And we really can't forget about what Cloud9 delivered, right? Because Cloud9 looked like they were going to have this game in their hands. They looked like they were just going to take full control of it.
Yeah, at first it certainly did look like that. I mean, JKS, he had some moments in there in the very beginning of the match that made it as difficult as they can. But the members on Cloud9, they stepped up. OC in the beginning, first half, he stepped up. Then the weird things started happening as soon as Cloud9 went over to that CT side. We spoke about in the pre-show how they've been struggling anytime they go over to the defensive side, and really they are just getting picked off in the beginning of the rounds by Gratisfaction's op on multiple occasions. And we can't forget that clutch from MOTM getting killed out and then Molotoving out Liaz towards that B site. That was such a pivotal round. If they're able to convert that, I think surely Cloud9 would be able to close this out in regulation.
Just before we move on to the next map, James, as well, when you look towards the opening duels, they actually went in favor of the Thieves by 22-13, right? There was a lot of them opening duels going the Thieves' way, so that they weren't able to clutch out or close out this game before. That tells quite a story about how Cloud9 they actually were playing. I think Cloud9 are going to feel a little bit, disjointed, that they weren't able to close down after such a strong first half. They had the opportunities, and even though they were losing the opening duels, they still had plenty of opportunities of winning in the regular time. So again, kudos to the Thieves, but Cloud9, they really missed out on a big chance right here.
Yeah, a huge chance for them. And going on to Mirage, can we expect it a little bit different? Because another scrappier map, a map that both of them have got varied results on, but they haven't played each other, at least recently, on it.
Exactly, and I think the scrappiness is exactly right, James. I mean, as Pip mentioned, the shots at the end of the day, you gotta hit them. And I think coming into this Mirage, it's gonna be more aim-based. It's gonna be more free-flowing. So certainly OC, he's gotta step it up. We can't see him missing those AWP shots, and surely he'll be able to kind of catapult this Cloud9 guys for some round wins, because Mirage, we know how important that AWP is. And
look out for it, right? It's a map we go in blind, James. We haven't seen Cloud9 play it a lot. They played it one time in Flashpoint, whereas for the Thieves, they only won 1 out of 6 games on Mirage. But now that Chet is coming in, new coach, who knows? The last time they did play it, they did win, right? But apart from that, it's been very lackluster results on Mirage. So the fact that they've picked it must suggest they put in a lot of time on the map in practice. So coming into this one, we're going a little bit blind. We don't really know what to expect, but with Floppy playing the way he did in Dust 2, I bet we're going to get another great match.
That is 100% what we're going to get, but before that, it's time for us to hit the break. And when we come back, we're going into Mirage. It's going to be 100 Thieves picks. Let's see if they can seal the deal.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got a second map coming up next, and I can only hope, please, Gaben, give us more of what that first one was, because hot damn, Dust 2 delivered and then some. The individuals on both sides of the coin look fantastic, but I think that when it came down to the form, 100 Thieves looked really, really good, whereas Cloud9 just looked real good.
Man, take a glimpse of those stats. Floppy ended with the highest rating in the whole server, like a 1.4 rating, and had by far the most ADR, almost 50 ADR above his next best teammate. And yeah, like Sonic and all of them had moments, but as soon as he stopped fragging in the OT, that's when it just got away from them completely. And 100 Thieves, we've already described them. They're one of the best examples of a gestalt that we can see in Counter-Strike, and they will prey on that inconsistency and work together as a unit to be able to secure the games. We saw that between Jacob and Liaz. JKS in the first half, even though he fell off, helped out quite a bit. And yeah, 100 Thieves now moving on to Mirage, and this is quite a treat because we have no idea what to expect.
No clue. Video. So buckle in, enjoy, my friends. Come, bask in the glory that is Counter-Strike. Gratisfaction 2-piece here on the A-bomb site. He will die eventually at the hands of Modem, who then has to double back, shoulder to shoulder with his teammate, just skewers Jacob out of the sky, and there's suddenly a chance here. They're really trying to fight for bomb. Modem's gonna have to pull off the ace with the 1 versus 2 clutch to boot. He sees Liaz close, has always known that there was a player back in Palace. He's got to really worry about that Palace peak. What's his play here? Smoke down to create a little bit of space, and JKS says, stop it. Justin Savage finishing off the pistol. That's 100 Thieves to take round 1.
You can't really do anything about that. If JKS is going to barely show his face whatsoever to shoot on that pre-fire perfect from him. And this went from an unwinnable round to reasonably winnable round with Justin Modem's frags alone. He was not a great player on Dust 2, but we know in series where they win, Modem has huge impact. An incredible entry fragger at times, a little bit absent on Dust 2, still chance for redemption, and it's clear he's still got his head in the game.
Liaz could be susceptible to this. There is 2 players for Cloud9 down in the underpass. Liaz drops a decoy on them. And then they're going to go ahead and walk up. Now, he should be aware of the possibility, and seems so. But the trade frag, good for Cloud9. This is going to open the route to exit as well. And JT's gone all the way around through the T-spawn. But, of course, 100 Thieves working their way up through Cat. Azur, the only player who's not on the bomb site, goes to join them through underpass. Floppy could catch him, but no. The MAC-10 reigns supreme. Of course, MP9 doubling back down towards underpass, also going to fall to that one. So 100 Thieves getting through nearly unscathed. Sure, there's going to be a couple kills here at the end of it, but that is the 2-0 start they'd hoped for.
It looked like Azur actually baited him into coming into window to peek underpass as he ran forward, then dropped back a bit. Almost got flanked in the process, but Floppy was the victim at the end of the day. A nice 2-0 here start for 100 Thieves, and there will be an abysmal buy for Cloud9 if they invest in anything whatsoever. Probably better off just throwing a little bit on Bitcoin right now and see what happens, as opposed to buying any weapons trying to win the round. Because it's unlikely that a weapon investment will pay off. Okay, what? Did you see that health bar drop from all the way mid to the top?
Yeah.
From window? I don't even know, man. OC.
Nope.
A rifle jump across and he picks it with the USP. That's what OC is capable of. That's the second player who is a question mark on Dust 2. And the other player that we know is capable of greatness. But here, that's incredible. I'd be so pissed off if I was Azur. Obviously, he only drops the MAC-10, which is cool, but that was a pretty sick frag.
Just perfectly tracks him, and then, of course, gets the last headshot through the smoke, as if he wasn't already flexing the USP. Funny stuff, but Cloud9 aren't laughing. Down 0-3, in with their first gun round, op through connector to try and watch mid. My God, that could have been a 3-man collateral. Could have been the shish kebab, but it looks like instead he just gets the one, reposts, ready for the cat play, missing the slight flick, but Modem's there to pick up the pieces, so it is still cat closed for the time being. Liaz creeping closer towards apartments, definitely wants to pressure this B bomb site, but the bomb itself is still kind of stuck at the base of connector, so no real plays can be made by the Thieves. They need to find an opening like that first. Gratisfaction catching JT in the middle of the site, and Modem, well, he's going to get baited by Gratisfaction. He tries to clear the corner, not expecting the second member, and just like that, we have the Thieves gunning for the A site, but Sonic finds Liaz, so it is still a 3 versus 1 now, and OC bags him. That's Cloud9 on the board, and with both of their ops still standing.
such a good sign to see things change map to map. You know, OC, these 3 important kills. This is calling out the fake in the beginning of the round where the 2 right side site smokes come out on the A site, but 3 go out towards mid. OC sits in connector, holding, trained on the angle, waiting for anything to come his way, taking that frag out first, and then playing it carefully from there. The round only gets close because of this very fortunate frag at the top of connector where Gratisfaction is able to avoid getting killed. So a player pushes in front of a Molotov, but that was a small error that was quickly dealt with by OC. And now we've got 100 Thieves posturing for the A attack when last round they were pretending.
JT and Modem trying not to line up here. Tough job for Modem to get out of this position, so he's going to try and throw down that smoke to lend a helping hand. And then some, but he goes barrel to barrel versus Azur, who comes out better for it. Sonic's just going to get completely pummeled through the boxes. Poor guy never had a chance. This A hit comes through with quickness, but Floppy, to the top of Ticket, stops the bomb carrier. And that's why I never plant bombs on A.
Yeah, there's so many ways to die. I mean, it's one site where there's not a single safe plant spot where the CTs can't see it from one angle. Like, there's no default plant. Like, even on Inferno, which is on Inferno B site, which is one of the most open sites in the game, you can always plant generator and you'd still be exposed to B. But that's the only thing. You're not exposed to CT or construction. On the A site, you need smokes to put the bomb down, just period. There can be a player sitting in CT behind the missile crate or whatever it's called and be able to peek you no problem. And yeah, when you're planning in the middle of the site like that, that's when smokes are demanded of you like nothing else. And of course, your teammates can help watch. There's always going to be a tricky way for the CTs to get the kill if they really want it. And Floppy risked it all for that kill. OC has too much to save. Full kit here with the armor, all the fixins, the op. He's going to wait till next round to try again. But a fantastic A exec. And the best part of all is, like, we've seen so many times a player in that close A ramp setup's actually quite good for stopping A execs because they get the info early and they can stop the A ramp hits because they get in front of the grenades. Well, here at JT, he ends up getting full flashed in front of the grenades with players right beside him. So they have a perfectly spaced flashbang to make sure he can die and not get a kill and doesn't even feel confident going for a spray.
Smoke top mid, quick presence behind it for the Thieves. Looking to just tear through these pistol players and at all costs avoid the op. Wow. Or find him and just blow his head clean off.
That's always the danger of
chance.
Peeking through Molotov. It's always a bit risky. It's hard to say who it favors at times.
And Liaz, well, he's just going to make quick work of the apartments push. AWP is picked back up. And dropped yet again. Same place.
Yeah, it's a cursed location for that op this round. And in fact, yeah, well, they're not going to pick it up probably because they got Gratisfaction on the op. It'll be Modem to look for the flank, and he is the only player to do damage this round. And it's all because they kill OC so easily. So OCily. I'm trying to think of wordplay with his name. The only thing is OC oh my, oh me oh my.
Yeah, that's one.
It's a hard one, man. It's really hard. And it's really hard for Cloud9 to win right now. Mirage seems like it was a great pick in the veto. Whatever they prepared for it, it's paying off in dividends.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Gonna go for the top mid aggression. So, I mean, that is one thing that has happened multiple times already is that we've gotten 100 Thieves taking top middle control, getting to the connector, and then that's kind of where the fights have been unfolding. You know, that's been the front line of this war. And now it seems Cloud9 are trying to push that line to the top of middle. We see Modem post up early, but the problem being 100 Thieves decide not to get aggressive, and now Modem loses the helping hands. So he gets activated, has to try and charge forward, misses his shots, and then even OC gets jebaited. They go ahead and fire a bullet past him. He almost dies to it. Liaz has managed to get his way into the window, and it doesn't seem like the CTs are ready for this one. Liaz, whoa, having to deal with a hoppity Sonic. OC still trying to cut them off as they get closer to the A site, but JT doing a good job of getting the man advantage and then some. He's on 3 frags this round. Gratisfaction jumping around with the AWP, predicts the stairs peak, but Floppy's got him dead to rights, and Cloud9 take a second round.
Bro, sometimes JT's rifling is sharper than some Japanese steel, man. He is so on point with these sprays. That was the only labored one, but look at that. Perfect headshot, crosshair placement, and yeah, the multi-frag positioning. He's a very reliable rifler, and as Floppy said, you know, he is the guy that everybody listens to. He makes all the calls, and it's great to see another fragging in game leader in the server, lighting it up.
Yeah, our IGLs as of late have been looking real good, eh? Daps
Absolutely.
yesterday, awesome showing. Stanislaw, as always, on good form. JT in the mix.
Yeah, and
Feels
they're not
no
just
slouch.
That's true. And they're not just great like spray down anchors. Oh, that's a good peel by Floppy. JKS, I think he's facing the wall. Oh, another great flash from Cloud9. It's been Cloud9 on the receiving end of a lot of these flashbangs. But now the turntables. They've got a good couple of kills here off that push into B-Apps, plus the one in front of Connector. And Azur on the most tantalizing lurk of all time. Oh my God. He doesn't want to lock this down until he can get Poth. He's going to wait for the jump back. Yeah, now. He can still do it. Yeah, Floppy. Okay.
Nice.
Not his fault, man. Not his fault. It's an AK. It's not meant to be shot at that range.
Yeah. But he still manages. You know what's more important? What's more important than landing the first bullet is making sure you land the follow-ups if you miss. And so he didn't panic in the moment, still managed both of the kills, took a little bit of damage, but he still won the round there. And wow, Gratisfaction even hitting slick flicks just to warn Cloud9, come get some. If they want it, it's there. But
and we are
3 survivors.
I was saying, like, these IGLs, they're also, it's not just glamorous frags that they're grabbing, like that was anything but glamorous. It's that they're also making positionally good plays on top of their frags. Like there's the 2K, you know, Azur has to deliver on a mechanic front for the second one because Floppy, after all that time, knows exactly where he is. But the positional play here literally wins the round. If Azur getting into the B site means no one else even has to die. The CTs are all done. That's it. It was a 3v5 situation, and Azur's heads-up play, 126 ADR, in-game leading frag, wins the round.
Pop to the side of the smoke, just off the mark there. We're getting this consistency in a top mid fight, and I think 100 Thieves are still coming out on top with it. Even if they don't get their kills, it's more often than not Cloud9 giving up the control of this part of the map first.
They relied so heavily on their flashes to excavate mid last round. This time, after things fall silent, we don't know if they're going to throw anything else. Floppy takes a spotted damage from the B pressure. Bomb's actually posted up this way, even though there's so many at mid. Flash comes out this time. Doesn't net him a kill. In fact, could get Modem fragged. Yeah, that's the Og down. Looks like they waited for it.
It's going to help. Definitely puts everything else in question. Mid compromised, window a possibility. And the terrorist still postured over towards this B site. So it actually drew Floppy away from B, and now Sonic's going to get activated. And if he's not out of here fast enough, then they could very well catch him with his pants down.
Oh,
he misses his Molotov. That's not going to make his job any easier. Although Floppy does try to double back to lend a helping hand. Liaz, he's clearing all of the corners, and he takes down both. JT forced to save 100 Thieves, 7 rounds to 2.
Okay, 2 factors. Like you pointed out, drawing Floppy out of B makes B site easier to hit. Fact. Opening kill on Modem is huge because they call out the one flashbang play Cloud9 have had success with at mid. But then sadly, it's the Molotov play up top of everything that just makes it impossible. That was the thing he was falling back on, that he needed to land inside of B-Apps to be able to stop them or slow them down or call for rotates to give him and his teammates more space. And it looks like they're on the hunt in this game. The CTs are on the hunt in mine. But the Molotov missing is just the sad. It's just it looked like he lined it up almost perfectly too, and just like
a little bit of movement.
Go off. Yeah, but he got out of the window fast. You know, he missed a shot, but he got out fast. But here's where Leah is like, all right, well, you can't miss that versus me. That's what he says.
Yeah, I like that Liaz didn't. You could see him kind of like hyper aggressively running through and checking all the corners he could because he knew that Opper was still somewhere, did not let down his guard until he had found it and dealt with it. And that's exactly what 100 Thieves have been doing, dealing with it. As Cloud9 struggle their way through this CT side, it's not going to get any easier here in the 10th round because there's that single AK on JT. Nothing other than a couple of deagles added to the mix. So
Fairly
from
good on
bad
these
to
AT
worse for Cloud9.
Yeah. And as we've seen sometimes, when it rains, it pours.
Uh-oh. It's
Rain's
raining
fire.
grenades. Yeah, and smoke. And all the good stuff that comes in with the A hit. OC, no D. Liaz gonna be good for that entry. Sonic does rail one through smoke. That's kind of fun. But what more do these pistoleros have in their back pockets? I'm curious to see how much the AK wants to get into the mix. You know that if the pistol players create a chance for them to win this, that maybe it's worth just sprinting in and trying to hammer it home. He does have the armor still on him, but how much? Floppy, P250 kill, JT headshot off the AK, sees Gratisfaction back towards ramp, and goes down in the end. I respect the effort. I like the hustle, but it is still 100 Thieves to win. 8-2.
Yeah, that's a pat on the butt for sure. Nice hustle, kids. They did good, but there was such a disadvantage. The one smoke definitely could have made a difference, but it is 8-2. Another clean anti-eco round for 100 Thieves. Cloud9, they buy up again. Man, 100 Thieves definitely look super solid right now, and Cloud9, and I think they're abusing the fact that Cloud9's playbook looks a bit shallow. I think they're getting predictable here for 100 Thieves, which is a great sign that 100 Thieves can read that. And just kind of react exactly appropriately. Now, OC pushing to the top of mid, this brings back some information to the hands of Cloud9. They've died pushing this far in the past, and he's maybe anticipating them to be playing in that situation, but it's in fact Grat who's just hoping that they make a mistake. I don't know how far OC goes, but he's not safe at mid with his teammates here. So yeah, I mean, getting the information would be huge. This is interesting. Oh, that's a shot missed. OC, I don't know if he was aiming high, but he must not have been if he had already cleared the door.
Killer stuff. As
what's
all
going on
the
here?
while, ready for connector. They just walked out onto the A site. A little bit of an opening there created, and they take it. So, I mean, not only are we watching timing unfold in front of our eyes at the top of mid with Gratisfaction dodging OC. Oh, but Gratisfaction just over and over, man. I love to see this op come into play. And I think that's what Potter was talking about when before this series started, she mentioned that, yes, Gratisfaction, okay, he's had time to become a star, but then there's moments like that where you just think to yourself that his skill ceiling maybe is still untapped.
Yeah.
Because look at these snaps, man. Good little tracking towards connector. Boom. Just ready for him.
Yeah, but just as we talked about with OC, you know, to be fair, consistency is everything with operas. Their gun is too expensive to warrant the inconsistency that a rifle can warrant. And that's why the top operas in the world are also consistent. It's like almost everyone can hit a cool shot. Just do it every game or pick a different gun. It's kind of the name of the story. That's why it's so much harder to be an opper. I mean, there's lots of players who are good with ops sometimes.
Just click the heads, idiots. You know?
Right.
That's Counter-Strike Advice 101. Hit the headshots. But always easier said than done. Liaz, he makes it look real easy. Never stops on these B hits, never seems to slow down. And I think that this is really the confidence of 100 Thieves starting to boil over. And I don't really blame them. Everybody's taken that form we saw on Dust 2 and applying it here to Mirage, where 100 Thieves are clearly more comfortable. JT's trying his damnedest, though. Already has 2 kills in the round. He would need 4. And the 1v3, plus the defuse. Bomb halfway gone, and Gratisfaction shuts it down. 10
That was actually
kills, 4 deaths.
Hey, they could have definitely lost that round if he didn't hit that. Last man up, Jacob, extremely low. 1 bullet to death, potentially. And this comes close. We're actually seeing some nice shots here to bring it to the 1v2. Whoa. Big flick from Mr. Gratisfaction.
You know, it feels like this half only started maybe like 20 minutes ago, and we're so quickly getting through it. You know, we had that consistency in Dust as well. Remember, Cloud9 constantly looking for opening fights, and most often than not, hinging around these ops. The sniper duels have been a massive part of this series so far. And that has not changed from Dust to Mirage.
Sonic has heard that tick of the Molotov. Jacob, kind of want to trust yourself here and assume the information is yours. JKS catches out JT, making an aggressive play. Another call out here from 100 Thieves, and what a shot from Jacob.
Floppy towards the B site, finds a little something for the CTs. Sonic gonna get burned out of his position. I feel like the utility for 100 Thieves has been pretty solid stuff.
Here's where the bomb could actually meet a rotator. You need to pick this up, and you've got to go up high to grab it. CT's gonna listen into this. He doesn't want to give away his spot, so he's gonna walk. Bomb goes through mid. Cat pushes in. This is Sonic going off that information to try to catch it. Bomb doesn't get killed, but the trade is in. It's now a one-on-one, actually. The bomb will get planted. Only thing working as Floppy is obviously the low HP.
Okay, and Gratisfaction plant so he can go ramp. Or just wants to try and lock this down. Great flashbang. Floppy has 4 HP. Gratisfaction's going to try to take the high ground here. Eats the flashbang. Can't see Jack. Whoa, misses the flick shot upwards. Swapping over to the sidearm here. Wants the deagle, but he saw the shadow. 100% saw that shadow. He just has to wait. Floppy's going to get pressured in the situation. Gratisfaction's still trying to swing the cannon, and there's why. Quick scope. Floppy, no more. Great try, though, trying to catch that bomb. I didn't see the scope either, but the kill feed, we've got a no-scope symbol nowadays.
Oh, it didn't actually say no scope.
No, sir.
Interesting.
Also, wait, let's double check.
Oh, there was a scope. Oh, and is that slowed down at all? No, I didn't see
You're
a
getting
scope at all.
old, Launders. You're getting old.
You didn't see it either, you 26-year-old scoundrel. 100 Thieves picked Mirage. Getting a little slow there, Connor. 100 Thieves have won 2 of their last 10 on Mirage. That makes it seem like a positive stat, but
Really
yeah,
not.
it really isn't. Yeah,
It's really just a
won
bad
2. Their last 10. But it's, those are, we have to have a pre-chat epoch. Is it epoch? Epoch? Pre-chat era, post-chat era. Officially chat now because 100 Thieves chat thing on Twitter, no longer at I'm a pet.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, he will
Now
forever be I'm a Chet.
I'm a chat. That's correct. One chatty boy.
Chetty Moretti.
Analyst, of course.
Gratisfaction's ready for this underpass fallback. They know that somebody went into the B app, so what are the odds that they both fell back to the bomb site? If I was the CT, you'd definitely want to hang on to a little underpass control.
Wow, Jacob shooting the ghost of snacks.
You must know something we don't.
You reacted so slowly to that. Just didn't even, to nothing, really. Well, okay.
Well, poor Modem. He has been found. He just wanted to hang out with the rugs. Now he's going to get rolled up in one. Dumped in the river. AK and a FAMAS, all that remains here for Cloud9. On the armored players, of course, the other 2 softened Deegs, one of which hits the dirt. Sonic no longer. And this is just 100 Thieves, taking their time. They chose a hell of a round to just slow things down. We've seen rapid fire rounds out of them, all half long. But they don't want to do the classic Counter-Strike situation, which is, of course, let the other team in at the very end of the half after keeping it in your favor.
Yep,
so minimize your
that's true.
mistakes, slow everything down, and you could finish this with the 13-2. It's definitely a 12th, that's for sure.
Yeah, 100 Thieves treating Cloud9 like a strawless right now on Mirage. And they can really do no wrong. They've been doing a good job of pausing on these anti-ecos to clean things up. And once upon a time, 100 Thieves did go to mid a lot on their anti-ecos. That was a very common thing they did when they were the Renegades. And I was not a huge fan of it because I feel like there's 1,000 ways to die as soon as you get to that cat corner from window connector on cat. And I like that they're kind of exploring it, but not committing through it. Really not a big fan of teams that anti-eco to mid. On Mirage, trades come out, majority alive, 100 Thieves, man. Nate, I can see Nate smiling somewhere at his investment.
Cloud9 seem to be taking it in stride.
Yeah, they look focused.
Chewing gum.
I noticed there was like 4 of them chewing gum in the last series, and they won. So maybe they need to pass that pack around.
Oh, wow. This is okay. Let's finish on the straight up B hit. Let's do it. We haven't seen an all out rush, so they're hoping to catch Floppy sleeping at the wheel. He's good for the first kill, but there are 4 more inbound. Great headshot, but Azure and then some. Completely smoking off the arch, dropping the bomb down for the plant. 4 versus 2 for the post. 13 and 2 looking likely unless JT and OC can make the 2v4 retake happen. They've already managed to equalize this, but Jacob comes in off of the arch. Now OC is going to burn him into the open. However, he goes the other way. Going to still be tucked on Cat. OC jumps through the window and down he goes. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. We'll see you guys after the break. Twitch chat, make your choice. I offer you 2 pills. One is red, and it means it's going to be a quick game, 100 Thieves, easily finish. Or you take the blue pill and Cloud9 make one of the most incredible comebacks of North American history. Are you ready for it? Are they ready for it? Well, keep it tuned, because we're about to find out. They've got little to lose at the very least, setting a quick pace.
Whoa.
What?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry, that kill didn't register in my mind for some reason. Okay.
Well, it's not your fault. Things are happening very fast all over the map. Sonic through the marketplace, shut down by Elias. Suddenly it looked like Cloud9 had a little map control to play, but now their other 2 players need to go get that bomb. Awkwardly stuck, in the market. Modem, nice P250 shot. He's got a lot of bodies to try and deal with. They're actually stacked up. He can't even see Azure.
He just wants to fight, but there's no one there. It's an apparition. It's an Azurition. And Modem, he knows there's another one too. He's not spooked by ghosts.
No. Sorry, buddy.
He saw it in his mind's eye how that was being played. That was this was like Thorin doing over a round because we were missing like half the sound, right?
Yeah, that is true.
This is like they spliced this in with the Scream, like, doot clips. Anyways.
You know, I respect Modem thinking he could win that, but that murder hole was aptly
Named murder hole for a reason. Yeah.
Yeah, doomed. So Cloud9, good luck. 14-2, looking like the most lopsided score of DreamHack Masters Spring North America 2020. But there's a chance. Where there's a will, there's a way. Gonna go ahead and barrel through the B bomb site, trying to keep it simple. Liaz, though, in with the MP9, dropped. Quick headshot out of Floppy. Jacob, he's going to sprint in from the marketplace and add another frag to the tally, but it's 3 Tech 9s left standing here for Cloud9. They even get their paws on an SMG.
Throw it back.
Hey, whoa.
Yeah, that's a tag. I guess they could go for it. I mean, they got the scout tag, but all 3 players could die to a single scout shot.
Ooh.
But they can't if you pull out your pistol.
Yeah, makes it a little bit harder. There was that smoke on Gratisfaction. I thought maybe they'd use that to create a little bit of space. JKS, both kills, but no time. Just telling Cloud9, fine, take a third. But you know what's coming up next?
The buyback.
Exactly.
But will it be the dieback? As they
Time will tell.
In the MOBAs. Oh man, Cloud9. They are in a very, very rough spot. Very rough indeed. This is a good entry. They had a great flash as well for the first player in Get Right.
Ooh. Lickety split on that FAMAS snapshot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, it's not the buyback.
It is.
I mean, it is the buyback, but it's not much of a buyback.
Mm-hmm.
Not even an SMG to the mix. Just that one FAMAS save from the previous, grandfathered forward. Into the FAMAS they will sprint, however. JKS, good for just the one. Thank goodness Gratisfaction's got a deagle from hell. 3 kills off of the hand cannon. OC, all that's left over. He gets onto one of the AKs, and he's going to try to hold on to these guns. They're all lining up for him, and they overwhelm in the end. Gratisfaction, you madman. 4 frags. He is 18 and 6 at the moment. And more importantly than anything else that just happened, that is 100 Thieves on 15.
That last round. Oh, wow. Oh. Holy crap. They could have definitely lost if not for that 4K. Ooh.
More of that.
That was one hell of a round. Yeah, it looks like they dropped the lure in. Just the bait on that second round. It's all a ruse. Cloud9, the one bit of success they've seen so far in this half, well, they'll copy and paste. And eat a nade. Uh-oh.
Liaz throws it in, a little bit of damage. Azur in from the corner, good for just the 1 kill. It's gonna have to be Liaz with a multi-frag maybe. He damages up Floppy and drops that body. 2 versus 4. Cloud9 grasping for straws at the moment. The sick flick back from Sonic, but the CT's in his face. 16-3, a masterclass of Mirage on 100 Thieves side. And I mean, that's kind of something we've come to expect. It's been a while since they were this crisp on Mirage, but compared to what we got on Dust 2, the back and forth nature and bloodbath of that first map is the complete and total opposite of what we got on Mirage.
Yeah, we can see Chet as having an impact here as Mirage coming back into the pool for them. Even though they've lost quite often, they definitely look like a brand new team. That was a great performance and a tough veto for Cloud9. Another situation here at DreamHack Masters where a team gets called out in the veto. Makes for some very interesting Counter-Strike.
Yeah, we've had it all day long, but that's 3 BO3s done now, so please do stick around and enjoy our analysts' thoughts after the break.
They never let off the gas. As soon as 100 Thieves got going, they gave Cloud9 an incredibly tough time. 16-3 was the end score as they sweep in with a 2-0. And you look at percentages, you look at win rates here, well, 100 Thieves getting control, things changing within the roster, and this team is looking strong. They made a statement right now, and they are looking for an incredibly good start here in the group. And my oh my, you just got to say for Cloud9, that's got to be one tough loss after getting so close on Dust 2.
You know what I love? You know what I really, really love a lot, James? The fact that we look at our win percentage, that coming into this game, they won 17% of their Mirage games, and they pick it. They pick it as their map pick. That gets to show us, that they've been practicing. And then when a team comes into a matchup like this, and they confidently go in and they pick a map they normally lose on, and then they go in and they absolutely dismantle the other team and actually show us that they've been using that practice time efficiently. I love to see it. I am so happy on the behalf of the 100 Thieves. And of course, Cloud9, you did look like a little foolish right here, but again, let's focus on the positive, and that is the Thieves actually putting in the practice to work.
Yeah, I think
EG
Ronnie said
out.
it perfectly.
Sorry, Pod. I was just going to say
no.
that this has now settled the deal for EG to be out now. They cannot get any further through with this. That is the end of their run. They are done and dusted.
Wait. Oh my. Yeah, that hurts. That actually hurts to hear.
Oh, no.
That hurts to hear, actually, man. But Cloud9, yeah, it is very disappointing. But my goodness, 100 Thieves. I think Scrawny said it perfectly. Aussie, oi, oi, oi. Statement matches, statement series yesterday, continuing on to today. And my goodness, I mean, Liaz just completely bullying his way out of B tunnels constantly. Azure just bullying his way through window. It seemed like Cloud9 were never ready for his window flank plays. They even won a 3 versus 5 off the back of it. And you could just see Cloud9, they were pretty out of practice on this Mirage. Even MOTM towards that connector, making the same flash plays over and over again and then getting punished. It just seems like they didn't have any of the answers.
I believe we're going to have our interview now as that ring is starting to happen. We're going to have JT from Cloud9 now. JT, I'm sure that last map certainly didn't feel so good for you guys at all. But overall, I want to come back to Dust 2 a little bit there. It was so close for you guys to close it out. Even like last time you two played against each other, it was close games throughout. You're making strides forward. But what does it feel like now when you come so close and then you just get handled like this on a map like Mirage?
I think it's a little bit disappointing. We're experimenting a little bit with our map pool. We prepped pretty hard for Mirage. We thought it would be much closer than that. But yeah, I think we just weren't ready enough for it yet.
Were you guys surprised that the Thieves picked Mirage? It's not a map they normally go for.
No, we weren't surprised. I mean, it's our permaban in general. So if we're just going to leave it open, they're almost definitely going to pick it. Especially now Chet as their coach. I think he likes punish picking a lot. So yeah, we expected the Mirage pick.
Okay. How's the overall mood in Cloud9? I think I've been following you guys the past 3-4 months. It seems like you guys are slowly but surely getting better. Do you feel inside the team that you're, getting better quick enough, dare say? Or is it a little bit frustrating that you're not taking that leap of jump to the next step, dare say?
I mean, I think we're pretty happy. We're pretty motivated. We recently got a good jump on our performance, I think. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I think we're just getting better and get better and better per game. I think 100 Thieves is just one of those teams we struggle against right now, and we just need to look back at it.
Looking back at this Mirage, I remember the last time watching your squad play this was back at Flashpoint versus Havu, and it seemed like the same story or the same issues that you had in that game, which was that window lurk coming in from Slowy, and this time around it was Azure. Was there any special focus or attention towards that window area coming into this series, or was this just kind of caught off guard, unexpected?
In preparation, we did speak about how we were going to deal with the window boost and stuff like that, but I think when the game went on, we lacked a bit of a focus and we forgot about it in certain rounds, and that kind of messed with us a few times. We thought that we were ready for it, but yeah, we weren't watching it when we thought we were.
Now you guys have got one more game to play in this, right? You're going to be going up against Gen G, and you guys have had quite a good amount of practice and preparation against the likes of these guys in other games and stuff. How do you feel going into a matchup against these guys? Because they're in a similar trajectory as you guys, taking the rise up and getting better results across the board.
I'd say we're pretty confident. We're confident against any NA team in general. We've been pretty much all of them at this point. So as long as we play better than the last time we played them, yeah, I think we should be able to take it.
And for you guys, right, a lot of your team members giving huge praise to the work that you especially have been able to put into the lineup. What have you been changing and what have you been specifically working on in order to make these great strides forward?
I think besides our usual stuff, focusing on T-side strats and all that, but we've been focusing a lot on our CT side because we've struggled on CT side in the past, so we're trying to make it more consistent, trying to find plays that we can do just to win us some more rounds on CT, because it's something that we struggle with at the moment.
Yeah, no, we definitely saw that. And in terms of how you guys are managing your time, because a lot of teams have been saying level of quality of practice and stuff, not so good, especially playing against the same teams over again, ones you're going to play in official matches. How do you guys divide up your day? How do you plan out your practice schedule?
Recently, we started doing more prep work than before. So we're playing less scrims, prepping more, doing more practice. So instead of playing like 4 or 5 scrims, we're playing like 3 scrims, because we're playing the same teams over and over again. We don't need to play them like more times than that. So we're just trying to put more work into ourselves rather than playing time.
No, it makes perfect sense. Well, JT, thank you very much for your time, man. And we'll speak to you later on, no doubt.
Thank you.
No, you can really feel that tough loss right there at the end, right, with it all. And at least they're taking the right approach from what we've been saying with taking different way of approaching scrims, how you're spending your time and stuff like that. And it's good to hear that they're actually starting to make these kind of adjustments.
It's a bit of a shame, right? Because it leaves you with a bad taste, they say. I don't think we need a bad taste when it comes to Cloud9. I think that overall, as JT is saying, they're getting better slowly but surely, and it's a team that is quite exciting to watch. I think Floppy on Dust 2, out of that, in general, that Dust 2 match, that should have gone the way of Cloud9, and we would have been sitting right now, and we would have been getting excited for a third map. Instead, we sit back with a bad taste in our mouth. Sorry, it's getting late over here, and it's just a shame, right? Because I think Cloud9 can be, of course, not proud of the performance tonight, but that Dust 2, that could have been a win. And then, as said, we would have been sitting at a third map here, and it wouldn't have been that, deflated, dare say, presence that you would have come into this into it.
And that's one thing, right? When I'm looking at the results, last time they played in the Road to Rio, it was okay. Again, a 2-0 in favor of 100 Thieves, but it was still close games. And then on Dust 2, they make it to overtime. It could have been theirs. I was really hoping for that little bit more oomph in Mirage, but I think it says a lot about 100 Thieves, because when you look at the scores and how it went down, it wasn't just 1 or 2 people coming up with big performances. It was a full team effort on Mirage. They just had the control from start to finish. And I think that's the thing we should take away from 100 Thieves right now. They're definitely looking very different.
Oh, exactly. And it's just that confidence factor. I mean, coming into today, into this series, I think we could have all confidently said, JKS, he's dependable. He's got those star qualities. The rest of them, I'm not sure exactly what to expect. But after today, man, it just seems like their confidence is booming. I'm a pet. He's even tweeting out between map series, talking about how easy things are. So, I mean, absolutely. They seem to be on some sort of a honeymoon high right now. And surely it will carry them pretty far with this at the rate that they're going.
Your boy Satisfaction had a good game as well. He had a really good game. He was good with the Deagle, he was good with the AWP, and I don't know, Christine, maybe Satisfaction is unleashing a new level in the future.
Hopefully,
Hopefully,
man. Yeah.
This debate for it as well, right? He's got a few more games for us to see it all happening, but he was able to shine at least here on Mirage. And when we're looking at 100 Thieves, I really like to see right now that they can add this extra depth. We don't just rely on the same players with them over and over again. And this is very important to their growth as a team, but also just their map will change. It's going to be the key component here.
It's going to be, for me, it's going to be super interesting to see the longevity of this lineup, right? When you have a guy like Chet, I have no doubt that when he comes into a new lineup, he is going to bring in some new stuff. He is going to, I would say, like, not reinvent, he's going to change a few stuff, he's going to change the way they practice. He's going to change the way they look at demos. He's going to change the way they prepare, all that kind of stuff. We refer to it in Counter-Strike as the honeymoon period, and I'm sure they'll have a period like that with him as a coach, because he's going to change so many different aspects of how they approach a game. When that is over, when they get back to normal day life, when we get back to the arena events, that's when I want to see Satisfaction raise it to the next level. That's when I want to see JKM play at the level we saw today on a consistent basis, as that's when I want to see JKS continue his tier to be one of the best players in the world. If we can get all that going at the same time, then sure, the Thieves are a top 5 team in the world, or at least a contender for it. And that is, again, when you look at the players and the individual skill level, to me, it's kind of surprising that you can I have to watch my mouth here, but a relatively average team in terms of skill compared to the teams around them. When you look towards FaZe Clan, Mouse Sports, Na'Vi for that matter, individual player by player, they're better, but the Thieves are just a better team, and I think that's deserve all the credit and all the praise in the world.
And the Thieves only have EG to play now left in the group to potentially top it. And before, right, this was saying at the start of the year, EG was like the nemesis to 100 Thieves / Renegades. It was always EG coming out on top. These last few times, again, it's been 100 Thieves, and that's a spicy matchup with the whole coaching situation coming into play as well. This could be a fire end to the group of 100 Thieves, potentially just smashing them if EG don't step things up.
Absolutely. And I guess the only thing that would have made it even sweeter and better would be if EG could still be in the tournament, right? But yeah. I think still that factor that you just mentioned, James, the rivalry factor, the fact that Stanislaw, he's probably got some last words to say, as well as I'm a Pet, and especially with the fact with how ballsy Chet has been with these map vetoes, and the fact that he's willing to just punish the other team with these map vetoes, even if his own squad isn't feeling 150% on that specific map. I mean, all of these things, they really bode well moving forward for 100 Thieves, going into any series versus any team.
Well, it's been a day of 2-0s, and while we wait for the winners interview to kick off, we'll sum up what we saw today. And we started with Vitality taking on NIP, a debut for Hampus, but you can't predict not only Zyru looking good, but all of Vitality looking good, especially shots. Domination from him from start to finish. That's
a good thing. It's good that we get to see Shox play at a high level, because it doesn't happen often, to be honest. Let's enjoy this outlier, dare I say it, that may sound a little bit disrespectful to Shox and Vitality, but we don't see them play consistently good at the moment. We see Zyru be consistently a good player. We see Apex, trying to figure out how to in-game lead this squad, but to see Shox playing at the level he was playing today, if he can find that level on a consistent basis, again, that's when we get to see Vitality being a team that can be a top 5 team to a team that potentially can fight to be one of the best in the world. But I just want to make sure that people at home, calm down just a little bit. Shox has one of those days, maybe 1 out of 15 times at the moment. He needs to find that every day or every second day at the very least. Otherwise, there's still a long way to go for Vitality.
Well, he's obviously been practicing hard, and like you said, Pimp, he's going to have to keep it up now. And then we come on to ENT taking on Na'Vi, another 2-0. And yes, okay, Pimp, you predicted it, but on paper, right, the sensible decision was to go all the way for Na'Vi with this. Yes, the online's been shaky, but I'm not sure yet, right? It's just one game, but ENT, if they could keep this going, this whole thing with Yampy, it's scary as hell.
Oh, it's so scary, and especially because, man, the heavy hitters that we wanted, Yampy, Alu, Sunny even, these players are showing up finally to help poor old Sergey, who towards the beginning of this year and even the end of last year, he was kind of their only consistent star power. And so now, I mean, ENT, certainly they've got to be on a high, and they actually look very exciting to watch today. So this was a series that I had full faith in Na'Vi to win, but ENT, I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Oh, here we go. This is what he was bagging about. I was about to say, is Pimp okay? He's off camera on his knocking. He's like, just quickly come back in with it as well.
Had
you
no
can
doubt.
sit pretty for a while. Now, the
doubt.
question is, Pimp, do you reckon they can do this against the rest of the opponents in the group?
No, I don't think so. To be completely honest, I think we're quite lucky today to see ENT play at such a high level. We gotta give them credit, and I think me and Blur did quite a good segment, showcasing you guys what they were doing right. They were being very proactive. They're playing with a lot of confidence, and sure, if they can replicate the performance we saw today, there's a chance they can make all the games competitive. But expecting them to win out from now on, that's a little bit too much, friends.
And I think here with the ENT side of things, at least for them, right, they've been on such a struggle bus since obviously Alexi left. They've been trying to get things together. Sonny came in, he was supposed to have all this firepower and all that work into it. And finally, we get to see them get a win over a big team. But it's the consistency that we always look for. That's what's going to need to come in here. And there we go. It's a ringing again. The phone does work. And I believe we're going to have Mr. JKS there. And he's looking all fresh. Look at you. You're stacked up. You're in the compound.
Yep.
Now, you guys had a very good win there, right? 2-0. That Mirage game was absolutely explosive. You guys just seem to be on another level with it. I'm just wondering what changed for you guys other than Chet.
I think I don't know, last few days have just been really positive, and everyone's kept the energy up, and everyone's getting along well with each other. And we've been pretty solid in practice as well, so everyone knows what they're doing on most maps, and yeah, it's just flowing.
So finally doing demo reviews work. Sorry, Pip. I just want to meme a little bit on that.
No, but I want to talk about that, JK, because Chet said that you guys are not used to do too many demo reviews. How is that a change from Kassad?
Yeah, it's a bit of a change. I think everyone on the team did like a bit of demo reviewing themselves individually, but just not together as a team. So I think it was kind of blown out of proportion a little bit, but as a team, it's been really well, just because, you know, it's nice to know that everyone's watching the same thing, everyone's on the same page, and we're fixing our mistakes together as a team. So
that's true. So just a smaller adjustment. Now, it's not a secret that the North American scene right now is a very interesting place. Let's put it that way. Are you as a team and you as a personal player, I guess, are you eyeing an opportunity to be the #1 NA team as of right now? Because Liquid are not playing well, EG are nowhere to be found, MIBR is hardly a threat to you guys anymore. Could this be your time to claim the throne as being #1?
I hope so. I think we're right up there with everyone. It's just kind of depends on like who plays better on the day. I think if we play our best, we're definitely a contender for the top spot. So, and I think we just have to keep playing the way that we're playing, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Now today we noticed that Azure, he made his way flanking on Mirage into window on, I mean, 2 or 3 times. Was that anything that I'm a Pet said to do to punish Cloud9? Was that a read, or is that just a part of your game plan in general?
That's just a part of our game plan in general. I think once we get like an idea of the game, like mid-game, and we have like a good read on them, it's just one of our strats that we can do. I don't think it was anything to do with the game plan or anything like that. On Mirage, we at least just played our own game, and we knew that they weren't really good on it, and that's why it was our pick. So yeah, it was pretty much part of our own.
Now, we were having a conversation around this, JKS, about Gratisfaction and his ability as an AWPer and how he's developed since he's been under you guys. I just wanted to know from your opinion, do you think how much like more of a skill ceiling does he have that he's got yet to show on this higher level?
I think he has a lot. It's kind of weird. I think like sometimes he's not like always set up perfectly in our team, and it's like something that we're working on and trying to fix. But obviously he shows like every now and then like there's he's really high skill ceiling of an AWPer, and I think just a lot of the time we just need to set him up more, and I think he can shine really well. I think it's partly our fault.
Okay.
But I think, I don't know, he's just a really good player and he's a really chill dude, so we just kind of have to set him up better in our team, and yeah, we're working on that.
Last year was a superb year for you. I think there's a breakout year for you individually. Coming into this year, of course, the year started out a little bit, rocky in the sense that you're playing under online conditions and it's not really the same. Do you think you have another good year in you? And was what we saw last year, was that the best version of JKS? Or do you have more in store for us?
I don't think the last year was the best at all. I think we had like a lot of ups and downs. I think I played pretty consistently, but I think if we stayed more consistent as a team, it would have been a lot better. But it hasn't really changed that much with like the online games and stuff like that.
Okay.
I feel exactly the same. I still have a lot of confidence, and like it's slightly changed with the online games, but yeah, I don't know. I think I play a lot better in like a LAN setting, I think, and on playoffs and stuff. I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel more into it and more confident, I guess. But yeah, I mean, hopefully it goes the same way, and if not better, that'd be great.
Yeah, so give us the answer. How good are you? What is the skill ceiling for you?
I don't know, pretty good, I guess.
Good answer. Now, I've got one final question for you, because you were saying about obviously changing things up and setting things up a little bit differently for Gratisfaction. But within the whole team, how much of a change are you guys going through? Because I know obviously there's plenty of online games going on here, but there is a bit more time, I guess, without the travel and without having like so many crazy big LAN events going, that you can really dig deep and change things massively. So how much are you looking to do?
I think right now we've got Chet. I think we're going through kind of like an experimental phase. Like we're trying to see what works on some maps, what doesn't work. We're just going to change and fix things around. Like maybe it's mostly on strats and stuff, but I don't think any spots are really going to change, but we'll see what happens. And of course we have overpass in the pool now, so it's like something that we're working on. But yeah, everyone's really open to changing stuff and just seeing what works best for the team. And I mean, that's basically the main gist of the whole thing. But yeah, I think just overall we just have to get better with Chet improving our lineup now, and yeah, it should be good.
And you've got one more game to go against EG. Now they're eliminated anyway. You guys are looking clean. Is this just going to be another easy game for you guys, especially one where you want to punch them a little bit harder given the whole Chet situation?
Not really for us players. Maybe for Chet, I don't know. But for us, it just kind of feels normal. Like we've played them the last few times, and I think we've came out on top. So hopefully we can continue that. And obviously before that, we had like a really bad streak against them. So yeah, I think we just want to extend our streak on them. Just just
style on them, take the group, mate, do it in style. Well, thank you very much for coming to talk to us, JKS. We're looking forward to that final game, and good luck in it, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Ooh, so we get a bit of the questions answered towards the Grat situation, what's going on with the team, the things that are changing, and there you go. You got the skill ceiling question. We'll have to see if it settles the debate between you two as things go on.
Pretty good, I guess. That's fine.
You know when a player says pretty good, right? That to me says like, okay, he's confident that he can be this good, but he's got a little bit more to show.
He's such a nice guy, right? He's so humble. He doesn't want to brag about his skill, but let's be honest, I think he's a player that definitely could compete to be a top 10 player in the world. I just wanted to hear him say it, I want to hear him believe in the fact that he can be one of the best in the world. And I guess if pretty good is going to do it, then fine by me.
That's one thing I want to see from more CSGO players. I don't know about you guys, but it's like you see it in other sports, right? And I don't want to compare us to real sports, but they come out and they're like, I am the best, even if they may not be statistically best. Like that. It's like they've got a point to prove. I want to see a bit more of that cockiness and come out there. I don't need to be hearing all these like nice answers. Like
it very much depends on who it is, though. I mean, I don't know about you, Christine, but if you came out and James, you said that you're the best, then I'd probably just laugh at you and think, nah, you're not. But a guy like JKS, right? He's so sweet, he's so humble. So trying to push him into a corner when he's forced to say that, yes, you know what, I can be one of the best in the world, that's always fun to give it a go.
Look, JKS at the end of the day, he's still a gamer, so he low-key already knows he's better than everyone else. His ego is already instilled in his brain. He may not show it on a day-to-day basis, but it's there. It's there.
But it's like Pimp, right? He only retired just because he wanted to give everyone a fair chance. That's why he went to the analyst role.
I retired so Trish could have his chance in Liquid.
There you go. See, there you go. You're just passing the torch on, Pimp. You were being kind to everyone else on the server. But it's time to us to get to our Corsair play of the day. And guys, just think of this, right? We saw Simple today. We saw Shox today. We saw Zyru today. But it's the young star Yampy delivering here with his ace on train.
And man, what a surprise this was. I guess, man, his performance at DreamHack Rotterdam, it was an eye-turner, a head-turner. But this just with star power surrounding him, the Ents, Alu, and Sunny, all these power and names surrounding him, I think it just really elevated his game style because he was just a different player today, I think.
And it was nice to hear from him as well, right? During the interview, both coming into the game, doing the after the game interview, he seemed like a very nice guy. He seemed to have everything under control. He seemed to be a guy that was actually thinking before he was talking. We can't always say that about Counter-Strike players. So I think there was a great debut, dare I say, on the big stage today. And as you said right here, Christine, that AWP ace and in general his performance tonight, that was just stellar. A super well playing Yampy. And to ask your question before, or to answer your question before, James, if we need to see Ents play at the same high level we saw today, then Yampy or however we want to pronounce it, is going to be a vital part of that.
Yeah, I think we need to see a lot more of him, and I really hope we can fix all the issues with the whole major situation and what tournaments he can play in. But here at the DreamHack Spring Masters 2020, all of this is down to our amazing sponsors for being able to put this on. They're the reason we're able to see all this action, so we got to thank Corsair, Intel, Monster Energy, DTS, AT&T, and Betway. We love those guys, and you know what? I'll drink some more for it while we take that time. There you go. But we got 3 more games happening tomorrow, guys. The show must go on. We're going on to day 11 of this wild tour. Now, we've got Vitality taking on Ents. I can't wait for that, right? Yampy coming in, see if he can deliver up to this level. Will Shox come back and show us the form that he showed today? We'll have to wait and see. Then we've got Na'Vi to take on Nip. Now, that's a must-win for Na'Vi, right? They have to get that job done. But do you think this is possible, Pimp, already? I'm going to fire this at you now.
I think it's possible. Anything is possible when you got Simple on the server, when you got Electronic on the server. But one thing that is a little bit worrying right now for the Na'Vi camp is the fact that Flamey and Electronic are not really playing up to the normal self, right? Electronic, a guy that is supposed to be at least a top 10 player in the world, maybe even a top 5 player, he's not really feeling it at the moment. And Flamey, I mean, he used to be super, super good, and he used to be, just somewhat decent when they were good, but he's falling off a cliff right now. I need to see him back in a good shape. If that can happen, then sure thing, Na'Vi definitely have a chance tomorrow.
Now, Potter, on the NA side of things, it's the EG 100 Thieves match, and okay, it doesn't really matter for EG, but surely they're going to have a point to prove.
Oh, surely. There's no way Stanislaw and crew want another loss to follow them around online right now. It just seems like EG, they need to get out of the whatever hole they've dug themselves in. So surely tomorrow they should come out swinging.
Oh yeah, that's what we expect. But we're done, we're dusted. It is another day to end here. Everyone at home, thank you very much for watching us from start to finish. But make sure you're back tomorrow at the same time as always for the DreamHack Spring Masters. It's day 11, the action continues, and we'll see you then.